And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he will have the first down as he gets there. They needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down.
60 outlaw.
On the ground with a tight end. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here.
Check, crunch, blue draw, Corker.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety creep.
They run. It's Gurley. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check. Chopper, chopper.
Check 24. Check 24.
Deep rip.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now Greg Zuerlein. We all remember the 57-yarder that sent the Rams to the Super Bowl. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. The 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
Set. 90 Wolf.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Ready.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
I'm going to come back to you.
Now Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
Kill.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
5.
They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
Check, check, walk 54, walk 54. Bandit, bandit.
Snap.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. Tackle there by Clay Matthews.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
12 yards on the return that time, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. 20, 10, touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, 69 yards. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 71 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That's an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Extra point try good by Gano, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds. To go in the first half. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
Well, from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, a bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1.
And now look at him go. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20, 10. And he cuts it right, and it is touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 97 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Set up. 10 Lobo.
Check, 59. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Yeah, he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24. 4-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Let's go. 15, Ronnie. 15 Ronnie. 54. Watch the screen. Get ready.
Here's McCaffrey.
Go, go. It's run.
They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go with McCaffrey. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a first down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you dispute it a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more and take the decision out of the hands of the officials.
Oh, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
4 down, check.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Nickel Roby-Coleman up to make the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Squeeze, double, double.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Bryce Hager gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. Here's Michael Pilardi now in punt formation, but as we've seen, that's no guarantee he'll punt the football. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Let's go, one more.
Get it.
Here's Gurley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Hey, wahoo. Let's go.
Looking to throw. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it.
Hey, team 6. Shoot.
They're going to try and throw. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter.
You ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Slam.
X3.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. He'll drop to throw. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Check. 6-6, pull it high. Ready.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Set, ready, 10 Lobo.
59. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
5 yards gets them back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and sneak it here. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there. Relied on the big guys up front and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
They'll run on first down. Brown. Trey Boston up to make the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
Hey, Haywood. Shoot.
Back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers will get the football back.
Down.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
For the first play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
He's not going to get me.
Ready.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The field position game often so overlooked, but this offense is going to be backed up deep. What an ideal punt.
And now, this stage of the game, when they need the drive to try and put themselves in a position to win it, you talk about going the long field. The very long field. This could be a 99-yard drive if they're able to accomplish it.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Get him. Check 37. Check 37.
Who draw Porter?
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. They'll look to throw. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. 10 Lobo.
Give me that ball,
Let's go.
And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now that'll be caught by Kupp, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A.
On the set.
I got it. What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. Three down. Check 15.
Look. Screen. Sleep rip.
He'll look to throw.
Check 26.
And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Ready?
He's back to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. One final shot. They'll look to throw. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to